just being me, which is awesome.
Oh, there.
He's alive.
It's Eton. Hold on. I cannot hear him.
First is your favorite one.
Well, let me turn up his volume. Oh, is he turning on his face cam?
I have no clue. Oh, he is.
Oh. Oh, hey, he got is it through your phone?
No.
Oh, you got the computer to actually work.
Yes. I would ask for you to close your door because I'm getting a echo on your part.
Hey, babe, can you close the door? Because I do not want to go crawling behind this thing.
Ma'am, that is sexual harassment.
I know!
We all know he's mine. Don't need to be talking like that.
What the hell? You be wildin', bro. Crazy talk. Hold on, I gotta turn that light back there. I'm getting terrible backlit, dude.
So for all the stream members, that's my kitchen.
It's a beautiful kitchen.
My God.
Okay, what is he going on about? That's crazy. Wild. Get me out of
That's
here.
a
I'm
little
done. I'm done. Get me out of here.
I know. I'm scared.
done.
It's Eton. Emily's like hitting on you like really bad. It's super creepy.
On Discord?
No, in the chat.
On Discord.
On Discord, that's crazy. Alrighty.
Hold on, I need to get on Twitch so I can witness.
Golly.
Witness me.
Oh, good lord.
I'm gonna turn on the fireplace in the living room TV because of ambiance.
Ambiance. The
Yeah,
ambiance.
I can relax to the fireplace while dissing Eli's whole being of what he considers a good video game.
That's like
Yeah.
Canadian spam mail.
I get messages like that all day, but from random people I
There
don't even know.
is a. Okay, I'm turning the audio up. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can barely hear him.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
let me
having
fix that.
an issue with that as well.
This is better.
Jesus, no.
No, actually, it's not. I don't know if it's my laptop or what, but like audio is like
Here, let me-
super low.
Let me turn.
Hey,
change my input volume.
Maybe change
Keep
the
your headphones
volume.
17%. Huh? Oh wait, hold on. No, don't do anything. All right, talk.
Butterscotch.
with another
That is
butterscotch.
That is so much better. Apparently the keyboard doesn't want to turn the volume up itself, so I have to do it through settings like the Neanderthal I am.
Oh,
So you
Lord.
have to hold the F8 key and then turn up the volume.
Wow.
Oh
That sounds
yeah,
about
yeah, because that's what my key is as well. All right, are we gonna get through? Are we gonna get into this, or are we gonna stall?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Who are we going
The
first?
most controversial topic in the world.
I know. And we're like we're the three most opinionated people ever.
Okay, so you guys have figured of like 2 of these games. Or
Okay.
Actually,
One thing. While the other person says their list, we do not interrupt them until the person is done
Mute
talking.
yourself.
yeah. So how I expect this to go is we say our thing, our we say what our list is, and then they pick a game to talk about. Like, why did you pick this game? And we tell them about it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with. Like, each game we would kind of give a list of reasons why. Then we would have like kind of like a.
Well, no shit. We don't just say, "Yeah, this is my favorite game," and
You're
moving
wrong.
on.
God damn, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Next.
Cool opinion, y'all. Anyways,
Yeah. Get better opinions next time. Next.
y'all are neurodivergent. I don't even know what the fuck that means. We're
Neurodivergent as fuck.
It's
You
probably
really
something
think
she knows
gotta be
because
interrupted?
she goes to college. She knows all the fancy words we don't know.
Yeah, she's
Neurotherapist
gonna be
probably
living
told
her
her
own
has it.
student for the rest of her life.
Alrighty, who are we gonna go first? Who's gonna? Who's gonna?
I can go
Eli.
first, I can go
You
Oh.
go first, Eli, and then me, and then Tyler.
Y'all
Tyler's
just
gonna
wanna
go last,
trash
and I know
me.
nothing.
Y'all
We
just
are.
want to
We're
trash
gonna
me
trash
so
you.
bad.
Alright, let's do it.
Alrighty, okay, let's go. Let me pull up the list here. This is I'm already dreading
You're
this.
offensive.
I'm
You're
so
very
dreading.
offensive.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go.
I think what doesn't help is that you're super defensive on like your opinions and like criticism. That it's just hard for us to do that.
Okay, I'm immediately taking that. I'm immediately muting that. Wait, there it is.
He's turning off the effects.
I'm
Turning off
I'm not not doing it.
What a
Mm-mm.
troll.
Not doing that shit. Go ahead and turn that off.
I'm
as well.
just saying you're an autistic fuck. That is true.
Yeah, in Eton's case.
Anyways, Eli, move.
Alrighty, number 5.
Moving on.
This is.
I just got called autistic by some. Did you just puke again, Kiba?
God.
Screw you. All right, go on.
Good lord. Alright. Number 5. This is gonna end very bad. And number 5, I think we all can agree that this is a pretty decent game. It is Cyberpunk 2077.
Wrong.
Right, you're wrong.
Y'all suck. Y'all suck.
Okay, continue. What is your base reasonings for
Ooh.
such claims?
Oh, Eton pulling out the fancy words here for the debate. Honestly, it would have to be the kind of. Ooh, that makes me think. The story and
we
the.
all know it's the women.
Yes, it's totally
we
the
all know-
women. It's a completely family-friendly game,
Wow.
by the way. Your kids
Yeah,
can play it.
totally
Wow. Just don't contact me when your parents walk in on you in
Yeah,
Pan Am
it's-
in the tank.
You didn't hear.
You didn't hear from
Crazy
me.
talk.
No, but I think it reached the top 5 just by the because Cyberpunk had one of the worst launches in game history. Like, it was buggy as hell, unplayable unless you were just great with, NPCs phasing through cars and your
Which, let's be honest here, if it was a Halo game, Eli would be totally fine with it.
right off the bat, he's already interrupted me. Right off the bat. No, but
I
it.
couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you couldn't. But the developers didn't give up on it like most other games. Like Anthem, me and Eton heavily enjoyed this game. It had such big potential to be a really cool third-person shooter, but the release was so bad that the haters and the critics just gave into them, and the developers just gave up on them. But with Cyberpunk, they didn't do that. They stuck with it. They kept going and updated it and fixed almost all bugs, as far as I can tell. And really, it's now a phenomenal kind of
I'll put in an
story-based
honorable
RPG.
mention for you, Toby. How about that?
Oh, for the Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh my god, I swear.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is at least number 20.
Dog, I haven't even played
Get
it
that
yet.
shit
It's
out
up
of
there.
here.
Oh my
Alright,
lord.
Eli,
Alright,
number,
number
uh,
4.
Number 4. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going.
This is
four.
starting to feel like a Dude Perfect cereal box.
Yo, I can't laugh, but I'm still congested as fuck. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, number 4.
Easy number.
Easy number 1. Cap.
Toby, better get to jumping
Number
pal,
four.
because I'm
Number
pretty
four,
sure
come on.
it's the only. Yeah, just moving on.
Yeah, we're not even gonna go there because that's a whole other debate.
Yeah, why Red Dead Redemption?
That actually would probably be the
Okay.
episode that he would be appearing on. He'd be for it, we'd be against it. That would be the episode. No, but
Alright, Eli.
number
Just
4,
Number 4. Let's get it.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. Okay.
Now, the reason why I say Fallout 4 over New Vegas and 3, just now, don't get me wrong, those are phenomenal. They're really great games. I think I just like Fallout 4 because the ability to build
Nuke everything.
yeah, right, just no, but it's more or less the ability to go out and build oh, what's the word, settlements.
Settlement.
Yeah, settlements, and kind of
Another settlement needs your help. I'll mark it on your map.
yeah,
Dude,
not
it's
that.
I tried every chance to kill Preston. I swear, that dude.
Now, yeah, I did not like the Minutemen at all. You know, Brotherhood of Steel all the way every time. You know, I'll die on that hill. But the settlements and the world building was kind of an interesting. I know. Hey.
What world building? You're destroying 80% of it.
Moggy Womper, New Vegas is great. New Vegas is a phenomenal game. I just
It was rigged from the start.
it
Lies. Smoggy Womper, he has never played New Vegas a day in his
I
life.
have. I so have.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
you
I
haven't.
have.
You've only played 3 and 4. You have never played New Vegas.
I
I've never
played
seen you
New.
play
I have
Vegas.
played New Vegas before, dude. I actually have, and it is a good game. It really is. And
Yeah.
and I would say 3 is probably the best out of all the Fallouts, in my opinion. But New Vegas is pretty good. But for me, on my top 5 list, Fallout 4 just happened to make it because the mechanics of how the game is played kind of suits my play style, and that's why it's number 4. Dog, say it. I know you want to trash me. Say it. I can see it all in your face.
No, I'm not gonna trash it. I'm just saying. So,
Ooh, Moggy
whenever you
Womper.
claim that
Did you like the show? Ooh, dude,
the Fallout show,
best one.
it was the best thing that they could have done to redeem themselves for whatever that Halo bullshit was.
Oh my God!
Or
Don't
Lord of the Rings, Power of the Rings, whatever.
the Fallout
that
show,
was
bro.
ass.
The Fallout show.
No, he's just saying like because the Lord of the Rings of Power thing was also made by the Paramount Studios or whatever, and it was actually ass.
No, it was Prime Video. It was Prime Video. That's
A Prime Video.
Oh,
That
really?
makes sense.
Yeah, that actually.
But yes,
Yeah, the
we did
show.
it was
definitely
terrible. I couldn't even
enjoyed
go
the,
past 2 episodes.
the
It was
Fallout.
horrible.
I enjoyed how they actually incorporated not only just the lore, but like they cared about the game enough to make it accurate to
And the actors
Halo
themselves.
everything else.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the actors themselves, they just did a great casting. This Trey is not wanting to Trey right now.
the actors even played the game Fallout before, and it was so they knew what they were getting into. The Halo show, they literally there was a post that I read back when the first season came out that the directors, actors, all of them never played Halo before and never knew about it until they decided to make the show, and you can tell. The first couple of episodes of the Halo show were good. I'll give it that. And then, hot take, Chief takes off his helmet, and it just went...
That was in the first episode that he took off his
Oh,
helmet.
was it in the
Yeah,
first episode?
Yeah, he took his helmet like the first episode in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
that was just like the beginning of the end for my hope of that series.
yeah, and then they
Anyways, back to the subject. We should actually
we're-
talk
we're
about
getting better.
this series,
yeah,
the
that's
series and all that. So, was that all on Halo or Fallout 4?
yeah. The mods were also good, so I like those. That's probably the only game I like
You-
to add mods to.
Yeah, any other game with mods, you're like, yeah, this is bullcrap.
Okay, that's just a personal opinion of mine, bro. I like.
You literally play Fallout 4 with like 8 mods on. Don't even start.
Hey, Dad played it with like 12, and like destroyed his game.
I play it with 12 and it's barely running. So.
Yeah.
All right,
Number 3.
3 is it? Yeah. Oh God.
This.
Can't wait to
You
see what he has
laugh?
next.
Be very careful.
You're gonna
His
hate,
hand tie paradise, I swear.
brother. I swear to God, it's not that. Okay, I may be an anime fan, but I'm not that big of an anime fan. Gee whiz, cut me some slack.
Just spit it out.
Spider-Man 2 from the Insomniac.
The Insomniac.
Insomniac Spider-Man 2 was really good. The overall trilogy of the Insomniac Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man were phenomenal. The voice acting, the action, the gameplay, all of it was just top tier. They did the Venom story in Spider-Man 2 so well, like, you know, the symbiote influencing your mind when it bonds with you instead of being this separate entity.
They held really well lore-wise to how the symbiotes react to their hosts, because in the whole, I'm going back to lore. In whole lore with the Venom movies and stuff, you see how it's just like another person inside your mind, right? Just talking.
Yeah, it's
existing inside of you.
Another personality.
In the comic books and in lore, the symbiotes were more like a thought inside your head. You could hear what they were thinking. They could influence what you thought, but you didn't fully comprehend that they're inside of you. They were never really inside of you. That was like in the comic books, the perfect symbiosis bond.
Yeah.
Whenever they didn't exist inside your mind.
No, yeah. They more or less became an extension of your brain and influenced your brain itself, except in the movies where it's a separate, you know, consciousness influencing you. Brother, I turned off the own sound effects so he goes to the soundboard on Discord. That's amazing. But yeah, I feel like overall the Spider-Man 2 was really great, and I'm sad that they canceled the DLC for it. Because I don't know why Insomniac, they do so well, but they make so many mistakes that just make me go, why Insomniac? Why? Like, they had a...
Because it's the company.
Yeah, I know.
It's a game company.
Insomniac did great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm more talking about the multiverse multiplayer Insomniac Spider-Man game
Tyler,
that they had.
You have never played the Spider-Man game, so...
I've actually played all three for...
Oh, really?
How?
My cousin, he has a PS5.
Oh.
I played most of the first one. Some of the Miles Morales. I didn't care as much for that one. I played about
it's because he's black.
Yes. I played about a third to a half of of the second one.
Okay. I would say the Miles Morales one was kind of the lowest one on the trio, just because it was so short. It felt more like a DLC type, like, add-on to the first one. It was super short. It didn't really, you know, have the same story, like, long length as, like, the first one and the second one. I did have to... one last thing I have to say about the Miles Morales thing, then I can move on to number 2, is that the soundtrack, the music for Miles Morales was, like, top tier out of all three of them.
No.
Really?
No, 2.
2? Okay.
2 had to just... Well, in my opinion, don't want to trigger anybody. In my opinion, the second one was... Trigger alert was probably one of my favorite soundtracks out of all of them. The first one had a decent one. I don't know why I never really cared for Miles Morales' soundtrack.
Interesting. Alright, going on to number 2 for me, and this is gonna piss Eton off, but I do not care. This is my opinion, Eton. Remember, my opinion.
Go for it. Go for it.
God of War Ragnarok.
I have no opinion. I've never played that game.
Eton's losing his shit. The reason why is the first one was great. I enjoyed it. It had a really great story, and the action was good. The second one just drove its hand into my chest and just ripped out my heart and got me, like, feeling all sorts of feels. Because you got so attached to these... Now, I'm not spoiling the game at all. I'm not going to, I promise.
His brother died, and it was literally the most useless death ever. It didn't matter to me. It just doesn't...
He was the funny one. I liked him.
Listen, so through this series, I enjoyed it, but there was some kind of boundary between me and being able to get emotionally attached to the characters. For some reason, I don't know why. but I
Haven't read
couldn't get attached to the point where I could get emotionally shook by one of them dying. Like he died, and I was like, oh well. I'm like, moving on. Let's just play the game.
Wow.
Just through this, no, what? But through the story, I enjoyed the storyline and how it all played out. I just didn't. There is several plot holes between like some of the stories and like the time differences. I don't know what it was. It just didn't feel right.
What
I
kind
just didn't care for it.
what kind of
Number one.
what kind of plot holes? Sorry, I'm actually curious. Like, maybe I missed something. I don't know. Like what?
So like during like that final, not final, I don't know when, but like whenever the little rat Atriox or Atreus, Atriox, Atreus gets to be able to finally understand
Yeah,
the ancient language of what's his name.
the giants.
So I looked it up. Yeah, and the language of the giants, and I looked it up. The language barrier for the giants and humans hadn't even been discovered yet. Like the humans shouldn't even have or be able to discover what that means yet. Like that's several hundred years in their future, and yet here he is being able to talk to the snake. That's a god who apparently we don't know how he's that goddamn big, and where he came from, and why he's there, and how he got clapped. It's just
It actually no. Sorry, no, I didn't say no as in to no to your opinion. I said no as in kind of like an interjection. They actually showed you why he's so big. His Atreus side piece black chick lady, I forgot her name. Do not come at me for saying that. But she gave Atreus a bag of giant souls that was, you know, the remnants of their species, because Atreus is part giant, I believe, because her mother was.
Because the mom was a giant.
Yeah, so gave Atreus the bag, and they went into the chick's mom's place, I guess, and they saw a bunch of dead animals or soulless animals because the witch lady stole their souls, and the snake was still alive. It just didn't have a soul. It had no one piloting, basically. So Atreus took one of the marbles that housed the one of the giant souls and put it in there. That's why he's so big.
Okay.
So that kind of explains the how he got so big. As far as getting clapped by Thor, he actually didn't beat him per se. Thor didn't beat him. They just clashed so hard that the serpent went back in time, like centuries, decades before. That's why he's so big near where the future is, because, you know, that story actually surprised me so very, very much, because I looked into kind of the story behind it, and the serpent, the world serpent, actually created his own birth by telling Atreus to go to this planet.
I'm my own grandpa.
What? Oh, yeah, right. No, but he created his own beginning by telling Atreus to go down the path that would lead him to that moment, which would create the world serpent. Crazy little time story there. That was another reason why it's number 2. But
Okay.
I think Tyler's.
Okay, I can't totally say that. Okay, overall, I respect that you enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy myself playing it. Like, it was one of those games where it was a decent experience playing it, but I didn't have fun per se.
No, that's a valid thing. That's kind of the joy of video games that most people don't really realize, is that every game is not going to appeal to everybody. Like, there are going to be some games that, you know, not for me. Or in some other people's cases,
game
you know.
For everybody is a game for nobody.
Exactly. That's the true sense of it, you know. And then there are certain games that we all can hate, like Red Dead. Sorry, Toby. Deal with it.
Hey, I kind of enjoy Red Dead.
Nothing. There's okay. Just forget about it.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my list with number 1.
Number 2. Oh, that was okay. Yeah,
Yeah, that was number 2.
1. Ooh, dear. What is
Unfollowing,
number
unsubbing.
1?
How dare you, Toby? Number 1 is Ghost of Tsushima.
Very valid, Toby.
The reasoning why. Let me just please explain my reasoning here. You know me, Eton. You know how big into the Japanese culture I am, how big into the samurai I was when I was, young. I mean, I literally created a freaking card game called Samurais vs. Ninjas, if you remember that. You
Nerd.
And,
Right.
so that heavily influenced the reason why I got it. And when I played it, it's like no other, dude. It's the graphics are pretty great. The combat is amazing. I have a few issues with it, but no game no game is perfect.
Might I just interject for a second?
You may.
So I'm listening to your opinions, and it's
No way.
I wouldn't say it's sad, but it's kind of interesting to hear from your perspective of being that kid who loved all these games like Halo, Assassin's Creed, Fallout, and all these games that just made us into who we are and stuff like that and stuff, and they're just now all these games that have no emotion. To me, they have like no emotional grasp on how you. Because whenever you pick your top favorite games, I feel like it's not only based on the game quality. It's based on how much you enjoyed it, how much it meant to you, and how much you had fun on it. And I get some of the games you did, all of that. But a lot of those games weren't what you grew up on.
No,
it's weird to hear. And it's weird to hear you say like 3 out of 5 games that are on your top 5 are PlayStation games, when at one point in life you swore off PlayStation because they had no fun games.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Here's your top 5 being what?
Things do change. I mean, like, if I grew up with Bomberman, I'm not gonna say Bomberman's my favorite game because, like, even though I enjoy Bomberman, I have games I enjoy more that came out recently.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go with.
I'm not saying you're supposed to just stick with the games that you grew up on and you're supposed to do that. My whole point here is saying that it's kind of weird to see how much Eli's opinion has changed over the years, because as a kid he was Xbox only, Halo, Assassin's Creed are the shit, and I'm not changing my mind. And here's Eli, but like 4 or 5 years later, none of those games
a little longer than that, but yeah,
are on his top 5 games. They're all different now, and it's very interesting to hear how much he's changed in positive and in negative ways on gaming aspects.
Yeah,
because I can't say I totally agree with your ranking, but
that's fine.
It wouldn't be gaming if no one agrees. So
exactly,
it's really it doesn't matter. So
and
it's just interesting to see
kind of go off of what Tyler said. Yeah, those games were the to kind of go off of both what you and Tyler said was I was a heavily opinionated kid. Like, I was narrow-minded to the point where I grew up on one thing, and that's all I was gonna have. And I'll say it. Yeah, I was an Xbox only kid. Like, I scoffed at when someone said, "Oh, I got a PlayStation 4 or 3 or whatever the one was out at the time when I was conscious enough to understand the games." 4, yeah. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But I grew up and I realized that, kind of like what we were saying earlier, a game for everybody is a game for nobody. And I realized, if I just play these set games, I'm not really going to experience what all these other players are experiencing, So I decided to branch out, and I'm so glad I do. I'm glad I have a PlayStation 5 that's no longer in my room because someone forgot to put it back. I'm messing. I'm
Dude,
messing.
I'm too busy playing with max level retards who apparently don't know how to get their thumb out their ass and actually play Helldivers. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm giving you a hard time about that, but
Let's go on to Ethan's list here.
yeah. I'm gonna close one last thing by say that yeah,
Oh, because he can't help himself.
those games still have a special place in my heart, Ethan. Don't think that I've completely just
I'm-
thrown them in the
I
trash.
don't care because that's just you.
Yeah, but I know I'm
Alright.
just saying that. Oh, this ought to be
Okay, so number 5 is going to be a game probably both of y'all. I think Tyler may have played. I don't know. Number 5 is Detroit Become Human, and
Oh, yeah.
and I base that solely because it was such a good game. The basis of the story-driven games I love just so much, to the point where it had almost no combat, but there was just something about it that grabbed me to the point where it had 85 or more total endings that you could have as Mark, as Connor, and as Lindsay, Sarah. But every single ending had its own way of ending to where it just left you like, damn, I just witnessed something breathtaking, because the story, the way the stories changed from ending to ending was so flawless and smooth, you could never tell that wasn't the ending it was made for. They just designed the game and the way it ended, and every single way it ended, so well that you just couldn't help but love the game. The voice actors, the design, the graphics, the story, like the whole story plot in general, was just so flawless. I couldn't
Stab
help.
wounds.
What?
I said 28 stab wounds.
Yeah, that mission, Connor was just like, and so what?
I
No,
haven't.
it wasn't Connor. It was
You can play,
Sarah.
You can play him like a. Oh gee.
You can. It's hilarious. I played Connor as like the most methodical person at first, and then I just played him as the deviant the second time around. But
I
that
haven't.
has
Number
to be
4.
my.
I haven't
I would
played.
definitely recommend you play it, Eli.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I've heard good things from both Eton and from other players and everything, and it's on my list. It's on the list to get. I just have have had shit come up that kind of has stopped me from getting
Yeah,
it,
I
but
understand.
it's definitely on the list, and I definitely want to play it. Maybe do a video series
So
on it.
Here's my take. I think you would enjoy it. I don't think it's fast-paced enough, and I don't think it's entertaining enough for you to enjoy it. Because I know you do like a lot of these games. Like, I know you play Ark Survival Evolved and all that take time, and you're just But there's something about this game where I just don't think you would really have the attention span for it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's one of those games where you can't just leave on just the middle of the mission. Like, if you start a storyline, it grabs you to the point where you have to finish it all the way through, or you're just left sleepless nights wondering what the hell could have happened, and what did I do wrong, and what did I miss out on.
Sounds like a book.
So it quite literally is a book in just a game form.
It's a video book.
It's a video
It's
book.
a video book, yes, so eloquently stated. But I do recommend you getting it. I won't say that I would totally not be spamming it, but just moving on to my number 4th. It's Ark, actually. So not.
Oh, the game that
Not-
makes you want to jump off a cliff and kill yourself.
What's
Oh,
Yeah,
who
right.
would've-
Hold on, guys. Moggy
It
Womper
is
was
called-
asking. Oh yeah.
It is called Detroit Become Human, Moggy Womper. It is on
Meets the U,
PlayStation
it's
and
nice.
PC.
Here, let me. I stepped away. My bad. No, you're good, man. You're all good.
There you go. Yes.
Yep, there we go. Mods to the
So-
rescue.
I don't disclude the Ascended or the Evolved. I include it just as a general Ark
Just
game.
Ark in
because
general, yeah.
there's- Yeah, Ark
It
in
really
general.
is just a remaster. That's and then
Yeah,
includes
and it's
content.
just a rebrand, remastered. It's evolved, but it there's something about the end of the not end of the world, but like rebuilding the world and having these arcs as a test subject, but also being something deeper than that, being Rockwell and being the overseers, and
For
being
those
all
who
that
don't know,
where right.
um, pretty much the Earth was destroyed, and we're on these giant floating ships, and then it's testing humans for like the most evolved human, like the best human. So
They're testing us to be able to rebuild the world whenever it's time for us to go back
yeah,
home.
with dinosaurs, genetically
With-
enhanced creatures, stuff like that.
Yes, all the sorts of things that make you want to smash your balls into a fridge.
God, that's such
it's-
the true fact.
But in all the hate that I have for it at the same time, I can't help
Keeps you
but
coming
love.
back.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it has me hooked where I can't. I have to keep going
That's how
back to it
DayZ is.
because- Yeah, I know it is.
oh
One
God.
of those
It's-
games.
The balance it has between the gameplay and what you're supposed to do connected to what the storyline is, it feels so good. I
Right.
love it. I've always loved dinosaurs growing up as a typical child would.
Yeah, right.
And playing Ark for the first time, I was just breathtaken by how I could tame almost every single dinosaur there was out there, and how every single one of them had a purpose.
Well-
Other than the Pegamistax who just sat
And
there.
the dodo bird.
Yeah, talk
The
to Tyler.
dodo bird had a
He'll tell
purpose
you.
for morale,
See,
but
For what?
for morale.
the dodo bird
For
had a
morale.
purpose.
For about as much morale as like a shaved chihuahua in
Oh.
a football game.
What?
Dude, that's crazy.
That's wild. Shaved Chihuahua. How dare you?
I do think it
But it's
deserved
true.
higher on my list, but given the rest of the games on my list, it just had to fall here. And
Yeah.
No, that's
it,
a pretty.
It was a game I didn't necessarily grow up playing, but it was a game that I got into very early that it just grabbed me and I had to fall in love with it
I
instantly.
started playing Ark back in 2015, 2016.
I
Jeez.
started in 17 or 18, so
Yeah,
not too long,
I
but-
started what, last year? Year before that, I think. When did me and you started playing Eton? Because I know we started playing on Evolved, and then we got Tyler in
we
on it.
started playing
Just
at
after
night.
Thanksgiving. No, just before Thanksgiving. Last year.
It was of not of last year. No,
That was when you
it was-
came
it
on,
was-
Tyler.
no,
Oh.
no. That was yeah. But me and you started playing 2022.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it was
our
it was only
cousin,
a year after we moved here.
our cousin was telling us that he wanted to start a server and kind of do that, which never happened, by the way. But but yeah, then me and Ethan just kind of played for a little bit, and then we brought in Tyler, and then we brought in our buddy Luke, and we played for a good solid 4 or 5 weeks, and then like right around the
5 days.
5 days. Was it only 5 days?
Yeah, with Luke. With
Only
Luke. 5 days that we
That's
involved,
crazy.
and we
And then they did.
Just
Then they announced Survival Ascended coming out, and they decided to shut down their official servers, which shut down the server that we were using. So we had to say goodbye, which was a pretty sad moment for us. But
not for Tyler and Luke. They just booked it. Like, all right, good night.
yeah. I mean, Ethan sat. We just sat on the
We just sat there
for
on the beach for like a solid 10, 15 minutes, just talking about the arc and all that. It's pretty funny.
yeah, it was pretty cool. But all right.
Number 3.
Ooh, okay. Number 3 is Titanfall 2. So
Knew that was gonna be on there.
the whole point of the game, it's just basically packed in, is people piloting big robots fighting other big robots. Basically all it is, and I can't help but love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Using Call of
the-
Duty gun. So stuff like
For
that.
for the
That
time,
was such a
for
funny
the time era
explanation.
that it was what 2017, 2016, somewhere around there.
About
That
2015,
Titanfall 2.
2016, yeah.
Yeah, for the time that it came out, it was just the movement, the graphics, the gameplay, the voice
They
acting,
doomed the
just
game
everything
from the
about it.
start because it came out right next to a Call of Duty game. And
Here's my opinion on that. Yeah, I agree that it was steamrolled by the Call of Duty games, but there was
and it
something
got
about
DDoS
it
by hackers.
that I just okay. Can I explain my reasonings here, Tyler, without you?
Oh no, sure. I was just stating why it wasn't as good as it should have been.
I feel that. Yeah, there was quite a lot of things kind of rooting against it right after it released, but
Right.
But I feel like, because I didn't get into playing it right after it released. I was playing Titanfall, but there was a point where I just stopped playing a lot of video games when that came out in 2015, because we were still in Texas. Yeah, we were still in Texas by that time, so we had no way to play it that much, so I wasn't able to play that when it came out. But whenever I played it here recently, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I just couldn't help but love the story, the multiplayer, just the gun aspect and the movement is what mostly like caught on to me, because the big robots, I love the big robots. But I love the fact of how the pilots and how the story went down, of how this so-called peaceful planet is being rebelled on by, was it the not NCR, that's Fallout.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
The bad people, the guys in red.
the bad people.
I forgot the names. But just this lone group of rogues are managing to push back a whole planetary defense, and they're managing to take planets, and just the way that they go about us going to fight these guys, and how it all just unfolds into almost entire universal destruction with the weird Phasmic, I forgot his name. It was basically some never-ending supernova condensed into this ball of energy that they used to try and use for power that went wrong. They actually based that off of Chernobyl. They based kind of how that planet that you go on to get that time stop, they based that off of how Chernobyl went down. And so there's nothing about that I didn't like. There was quite literally nothing about that game that I didn't like at the start. Here recently, playing some of the multiplayer, I don't like how limited some of the maps are. And I don't like how it's just been dropped off the wall, like there's no more content. Like there's not much more it can be done, like maybe add a couple more Titans or like pilot abilities. But
Yeah.
I get why it's kind of just been neglected. But
No,
I
that's
do
fair.
believe that it does deserve number 3 on my ranking, just because, in my personal opinion, playing it, I fell in love instantly while playing it.
Number 2.
All right. Number 2 is Fallout New Vegas.
Ah, there you go.
So Fallout New Vegas, don't get me wrong, the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, those two, the graphics were nearly god awful. They were just they looked so bad but so good at the same time, to where for that time of you playing it as a child, you were like, this game's graphics is actually so good. But in this day and age, you're like, oh, that's pretty bad. But I just can't not love playing it, just because of how it's not nearly as expansive as Detroit Become Human, but the way that your behavior impacts the rest of the endings of the game, like the Caesar's Legion, the NCR, Brotherhood, the Enclave, Hands. There's a total of 6 different factions you can side with in New Vegas, not including the DLCs with the Zetas and the bunkers and all that. But just the fact on how the game looks and the story plot of this guy shot me in the head, I need to shoot his head off too. It's just so Neanderthalic. That's a new word, to where it's just based off revenge. But it was so cool for me as a child. We're like, cool. I'm not looking for somebody who's probably dead. Cool. I get to shoot people, which I did anyway. But and I think there is something different. I don't know why, but there was just something felt different about Fallout New Vegas than it did from 3 and 4. It just didn't. It just hit a lot more special to me for some reason. I don't know if it was because of New Vegas just being like this lone city in the middle of the wasteland, being untouched by the war. I thought that was like a really cool spot, which I never visited a lot because I was always running around. But
Yeah.
overall, I think New Vegas has to be one of my favorite Fallout games in general.
Definitely
just
a place in our hearts.
That's
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
something I grew up playing, and I love everything about it.
No, I would have to agree with
What
that.
is your all-time number one?
Oh, this would be good.
My number one, I've told y'all probably many times, has to be Halo Reach.
Oh yeah.
Halo Reach.
Now, you people who know me, big Halo fanboy, but I'm not a die-hard Halo fan where I love every single Halo. Halo 5, decent. Still got problems, but it could be worked on and it's good.
Oh no.
Halo Infinite, just, I'm not going to talk about that. Multiplayer's actually okay. Like, custom 1v1s, 2v2s, and all that's pretty cool. The rest, ass. But, back to Halo Reach. There's the story, the deaths of Noble Team, for such a short time, they had you so attached to the Noble Team to where when every single one of them fell off and died, you were just like, why the hell is this happening to me? Why now? Until about Cat, I think it was Cat's death, where you realize that this is one of those stories where it's just your team doesn't make it out of this.
Yeah.
And so right at the Cat's death, you really realize that, and it changes the whole aspect of the story and the gameplay, and it just the look of the game was so revolutionary for what it was, being in 2012. Like, it just looked so good. But
Butterfly, yes, we are mad.
yes, we are mad that you're basically just a carpet bomber in 1v1s, but we'll just look past that.
For a rainy day.
And adding it on to the multiplayer, I have such good memories playing it with Eli, playing it with a lot of other friends, of just having fun and goofing off in that game, to where it's just held a special place in my heart, to where the customization options, the way that
top tier.
all of it was locked, the way that all of the armor was... The way that it was all just unlocked by in-game level and in-game currency was just so cool to me, because you didn't have to pay to look good, you didn't have to pay for things. It was just all there in the game. Back things
in the
were
day when
simple and
that
they
didn't
try
have to
and
happen.
milk you for money. and so I do believe that it deserves my top spot, just because how much of a place in my heart that it holds for being my favorite story game, my favorite multiplayer, and how much memories I had with playing it with friends, my brother. It was just all around my favorite game as a child.
Sweet.
That's
Your
pretty
turn.
valid.
My
All right,
turn.
Tyler, let's.
Okay.
It's gonna.
So for those who don't know, I didn't grow up with Halo and Assassin's Creed like these guys did, because I was
Oh no.
a Call of Duty guy. I
Yep.
was a Battlefield guy because I had a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I grew up on the PS3 and PS4. And
All right, number 5. What is it?
Eaton's
the
just
thing.
like.
My number 5 list is Battlefield 3 or 4. Because
Okay.
now Battlefield 3 and 4, they're very similar, very close together. 3 had the better maps of the two, but 4 probably better gameplay. And you had 64 people on a map with tanks, planes, jeeps, and other atrocities for like flamethrowers. Um,
Jesus.
so yeah, it was like, where else would you get the term battlefield moment? Like, that was the stuff. And I liked it better than Call of Duty, and I wouldn't trade it for Halo. Just saying. My apologies.
Hey, that's what you like.
That-
Sorry, I just had to.
That's too good.
I do respect that. The Battlefield
No,
games
yeah.
Version
in
of-
general. Just
My
great.
version
Sorry,
of
continue.
Assassin's Creed.
That's
Dying Light.
is that number 4?
That is number 4. If
Dying
you've never
Light
heard
was-
of Dying Light, you are missing out. Dying Light 2, arguably better than Dying Light 1, but the story's not as good.
Huh. I've heard about it, but I haven't really.
Dying Light 1 is more horror-orientated, though, which I have yet to actually finish because I'm too scared to get past this one part. But Dying Light 2, open world, hardcore,
Interesting.
parachuting as well, grapple hooks, melee, all against zombies in the apocalypse. Like, knock off a few zombies' head, run from this amalgamation that you can't actually kill. Yes. Is it scary at nighttime? Also yes.
Yeah, I can
And
imagine so.
You're running through these skyscrapers that you can climb in the night while you're being chased, and you can hear them, and you can look over your shoulder and see like 16 zombies running towards you, and you know if you
Jeez
trip, you're dead.
Louise, bro.
Those games are meant to shake you and make
They
you
mess-
fear for
they
your
mess-
actual life. That just
number
like the
dude,
the space, what was it? The
environment.
no, Dead Space. The Dead Space.
Yes. Yeah. You.
There's something about those that just made you actually scared and made you actually shiver whenever you're playing these games. Sorry, continue.
Number 3.
I ramble.
You ran. I've noticed. Rising Storm
Hey.
2, Vietnam.
Mm.
If you've ever
That-
heard of Vietnam, you know just how bad of a war zone it was. This
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
embodiment of that
Yeah.
war zone.
So let's make it a game. Yeah, I've heard of
Get
that.
a game.
That sounds
So
like an
this
actual
came out in,
nightmare.
Like 2017, okay. Didn't get a big launch, but it still has a very dedicated player base. And it's rated as one of these games that has the best gunplay and the most realistic gunplay out of all realistic shooters.
Huh.
So, and then you have these classes, like, you can use flamethrowers or white phosphorus grenades. You hear the screams, very realistic. Especially whenever you're running down a tunnel and you're like, okay, I don't like these guys. Let's use a flamethrower. Oh, there's 6 screams. I must have killed them. Or the flight physics. Those were some of the best flight physics in any game.
No,
And you can
GTA,
use-
bro. What you talking about?
Yeah. Right.
Dude, those are the worst out of any game I played. They're terrible. But the flight physics, you had these Cobras, attack helicopters, okay, and you had rockets and miniguns, and you would fly over this area, dodging rockets and disco rounds, while you're trying to kill 32 Vietnamese hiding in their holes.
Wow.
And it had a
That
working
sounds like
collection
a game you would want.
Yeah. That
That
sounds
you would
like that sounds like the perfect game for Tyler. If you know Tyler, you know
Now,
that.
You may notice how all of these are online except for Dying Light, and they're all war games.
Yeah, I've
Which
seen
brings
your
me to my second
Steam
option.
library.
My
Which
second
brings me to my
Oh my God.
Squad.
Squadron. Yeah. I saw. I should have seen that coming.
About 400 hours in this game, okay, Squad.
Jesus, bro.
It's 100
Golly.
players. It's like Battlefield, but better
But worse.
in nearly every way.
As
Because
in worse, I
everybody's-
mean it's better, but worse as in like it's actually terrible to play.
But,
'Cause
but it's 100 players, absolutely giant maps, ultra realism gunplay. Okay, so it's like you're firing a real firearm, and then you have to work together with your teammates. It's one of those working together games, which
Ugh.
makes it so tough sometimes because some people don't talk, and you're like, why did you just waste 15 of our tickets by taking a tank down the main road when there were 3 RPGs that way? I don't know. That's because you're a dog. Anyways.
Monkey.
Exactly. Those people are like. It's one of those games where you can have these moments where you're like, I'm on the top of the world. I just took out 2 Bradley tanks and 2 Abrams tanks, and the rest of my team's doing jack all, but I'm being the best I can, and I actually won us this game. You could just have this game where you're running for 15 minutes, you get shot, you have to run for 5 more, just to get shot again. So
Just to lose.
I want to point out, out of all of our lists, Tyler's is going the quickest because me and Eton have no idea what these games are and have never played them because we didn't grow up on
I've played
Steam.
Squad a bit. I played Dying Light a bit. I just agree with everything he's saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no opinions on these games because I haven't played them, so that's why it's.
Yeah.
Go ahead, insult me. I know you want to. I can tell. Golly, bro.
But here's one that you may have heard of. My top 1 game.
I swear. I think I know what it
I'll
is.
never say
Yep! I called it! I called it!
Very well deserved.
That's a fair
Very
set.
well-deserved
That's
game
yeah.
because,
That's
like,
a
the
fair one.
first I got that game when it came out.
I'm.
Back in
Jeez.
Costa Rica.
Oh
when
my
I
god.
didn't have internet. I played this game all day. A twin stick shooter, top down.
Yeah.
It had only had like 3,000 people max ever playing that game, but it was a work of love.
I remember
And-
playing that at your house for like 3 seconds, then I was like, nope, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
But then the second one came out, and it was a major smash hit despite its bugs from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
There
they
was nothing
continued
about that
to-
game that ran right, but we all loved it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a smash hit, and like over 1 million copies sold within 24 hours.
It had like a pretty
Monkey.
And
Good
then
lord.
The cult following from the first game followed it into the second game, and the everything about that game, you're like, democracy.
Yeah, just the empty-mindedness of just, oh, democracy, for liberty, super Earth. It was just hilarious to watch it all unfold.
I'm looking up how many copies did
I can't see our cameras on the stream
they
by
just
the way.
went-
Yeah, it does. That's so weird. But it looks like it made like 12 million. Yeah, 12 million copies within 12 weeks of its release. That is absolutely
Wow.
crazy.
And then they did the PlayStation account thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
That sent it down for.
Yeah.
That
Now
kinda
that
But
made
they
it
the game is
possible.
holding at like a 70K full cult following instead of like 12
Yeah.
million.
But
So
they didn't go through with it. The directors heard it and canceled it. So at least the directors kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
But you still can't buy the game from other countries that don't have
Yeah.
the PlayStation accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
play it if you owned it previously, but you can't buy it again.
That's actually crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
It's wild.
So that's your top 5?
That is
That's
my
my
top
top-
5. Notice how they're
Right.
all
That's-
multiplayer games except for one.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's-
Dying Light 2 is multiplayer. It's co-op, so if you do get that,
Hold on, let me look at. Let me.
It's
Let me
it's a
just say,
four-player
my
co-op.
honorable mention has to be Assassin's Creed Unity. That game has to be the buggy ass game.
Oh my
like,
God.
hardware-wise.
Dude, it's so
But-
buggy. We can't even play together. It won't let us.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah,
shut
no.
down multiplayer or something. It's
Yeah,
so bad.
They recently shut down multiplayer servers for Unity, which made it really unique in its own right. But the reason why is just, I don't know. Assassin's Creed games are just my shit.
Yeah, I would have to say my
Played-
honorable
oh, yeah.
mention would be also be an Assassin's Creed game, but it would be Black Flag.
Black Flag.
Black Flag was a
I'm
really
surprised that wasn't even on your list, and yet here we are with Ragnarok being Assassin's Creed Black Flag. God,
Honorable
That-
mention?
yeah.
no, I swear, Tyler, if you
You
say
want an
Red Dead
honorable
Redemption
mention?
2, I'm gonna leave. I swear.
Oh my lord.
If you leave.
No, but a good honorable mention here would be Black Ops 3 Zombies.
See,
It had
Here's-
everything that Black Ops 2 Zombies had. It had all the Black Ops 1 Zombies. It had every single map except for like buried from Black Ops 2.
here's a
Transit.
very controversial take here. I never really cared too much for the Call of Duty game modes in its own right. I don't know what it was. It just
Kind of surprises me, honestly.
the
'cause
idea of
seem
it
like
was
you
really
would
cool.
Like zombies.
I do. That's why I'm surprised I didn't like it either. Because whenever I heard how it works and how it's played, I was like, this seems amazing.
Yeah.
But I think what it ruined it was the fact of who I played it with that first. Because who I played it with that first, I'm not gonna name drop, but it was a very boastful individual who
Oh yeah.
who thought they were the best. Two of them actually, and they just they
Now I
steamrolled the
know
game.
you
And
can't be talking about me.
No, it's not you.
No, it's not actually you. I was playing it in such a way to where the game is a team game, right? To have to pay for the doors
yeah.
be coordinated with what guns you purchased. They didn't care about that. They just did whatever they wanted as an individual, leaving everything up to me to pay for the doors, and it just soured the mode. So if I give it another shot with like you or Eli or you and Eli, it
Uh-oh.
might be a little bit better. But at that point,
Might be a
I was
good
just
stream
like,
eventually.
this,
There we go.
yeah. I was like, at this point, this game's just not. I don't enjoy this.
Yeah.
Like it's just carrying us into the next checkpoint. It just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, playing with those kind of players does kind of ruin that the aspect, because I couldn't play the Halos with those people. I remember we tried playing the Halos with those people, and they would just, you know. Oh my lord, Tyler. But
Well, let's be fair. When it comes to Halo, you really have a short fuse, so it really couldn't.
that
be
runs
their
in the
fault.
family though. That runs in the family.
I'm not denying it.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, there's no game that
Dude, I
makes
think-
me rage any more than Halo.
Facts,
I
dude.
think
It
the
was.
fuse is about as short as where was I going with this? I don't even know.
Yeah.
As just
I
about
had
as
a
short
really
as
good
the-
analogy. I
Okay.
had a really good analogy and then I lost it mid-sentence.
No, but yeah, it's definitely
Just
not.
about as short as my will to live.
Oh my god, bro. No, yeah, we had some heavy rage moments for sure. For
Dude,
on the
There was nothing that we could do in terms of playing Halo with each other not to just lose our shit because we're like, you're hacking, I swear. I'm like, bro, the 360s don't have hacks. What are you talking about?
No, what the thing was screen cheating. Screen cheating was a big argument starter
My
in our
next
family.
thinks it's like a superpower to screen cheating and they will not change their mind.
That's
Seriously?
bad, right?
Best thing ever. Yeah.
Name drop.
Name drop. Ain't gonna watch it.
No, yeah, no. No, but yeah. Well, we're at an hour and 30 right now. I think.
Nah, Gardic phone, baby.
What?
We gotta do Gardic phone.
Gardic phone? Okay, alright then, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I should be
Okay,
able to
Anyone
play.
who likes cookies and cream popped. What the hell, Tyler?
What?
I started the activity.
Okay, hold on, let me get into it. Let me actually change, or do the